Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Sakura Alien. My name is MS1, and last video we had a little talk with Hiyori about what happened the night before between us and Anna, and that Anna kissed us. We just wanted to come clean and make sure that Hiyori wasn't upset or sad about it. And to her relief, she wasn't. Then the next day where we are now, it's time for school again, but this time we have a guest with us. And I wanted to see the school, so she came with. How will that turn out? I ended up walking to university with Anna. The pair of us talking companionably all the while. At some point during my trek we met up with Yuri. He seems pleased to see Anna. Wait, why did it? Seems pleased to see Anna, and she asks where Anna's going. I tell Hiyori that Anna's coming to university with me today. Why is it moving on its own? Must have accidentally pressed the bottom. I tell Hiyori that Anna's coming to university with me today. A plan Hiyori seems to support. Hiyori frowns. I've never really been able to pronounce that word correctly. I considered this naturally, and I tell Hiyori about my cunning plan in turn. Rather than have Anna tag along during my lectures, I mean to have her wait in the university's library until I'm done for the day. Well, I'm sure following me about campus would at first entertain enthrall Anna. Listening to my professors talk about condensed matter would in all likelihood bore her to tears. I find my lecture seemed interesting, but then again, I signed up to this course on my own volition, and I've always been a huge space nerd. And I might be from space, quite literally, but she doesn't seem to share my zeal for atoms and particles. In the library, at least, Anna should be able to pick and choose what she wants to read, depending on what catches her eye. Yuri nods when I tell her about my plan, one hand under her chin. Must be some loud bells. Are you sure you're not getting in a tinnitus? There may be something wrong with your memory then. Haven't you forgotten I told you not to cling to me so much when we're in public? And you probably shouldn't call me that either. I shrug and off who pouts. Hey, I need to come with me to university. The least you could do is respect my wishes. As much as I like Anna, she isn't my girlfriend. And she's definitely not my wife. I don't want to condone her fawing over me until I decided whatever I can reciprocate her feelings or not. Call me old-fashioned, but I think it's important to do those things properly. Hiyori watches Anna and I and an amused smile playing about her lips. She means it's because we're arguing. Parents often seem to do that, mostly about petty things. I sigh while Hiyori smiles. The three of us reach the campus, and Hiyori heads off for her first lecture of the day. I, meanwhile, escort Anna to the library. I'm a bit worried she might take issue with my plan after all, and demand to stay with me throughout the day. But to my relief... Anna starts glancing about the library like a kid in a candy store. That's right. There's all sorts of books here, as you can see, so you should be able to find something to keep your attention. You sure you won't get bored? Good, I'm glad to hear that. Now, as this is a university library, A lot of people here will be studying or writing essays. Don't make too much noise, alright? If you distract them, you might get kicked out. Library here is a bit... librarian here is a bit... I glance over to a desk in the corner. Where the stern-faced librarian sits, tapping away at her PC. Well, it feels kind of scary. You do well not to get on her bad side. Anna salutes me. Great, I'm glad to hear it. Well, I do take issue with that wife-to-be statement. Isn't that a touch presumptuous? Oh well, I guess Anna will be Anna. If my warnings haven't stopped her over familiarity during the last few days, I can't imagine they'd be of much use now. Right. I glance at my cell phone. The time's wearing on, and my first lecture of the day is coming up. I got to go. I don't want to miss Professor Shima's talk. I'll check up on you later when I'm done, alright? If you get hungry, you can go to the canteen. It's in the next building over. Here's some change. I hand Anna some money which she pockets. See you later, Anna. Yeah, I will. Anna's earnest well wishes leave me feeling discombolted. I always shrugged aside Anna's manifold attempts to play at being my partner. But that have a good day was awfully convincing. The moment where she sounded just like a genuine housewife. Jeez. I turn on my heels and march out of the library quickly, before Anna can see the blush that's beginning to permeate my cheeks. She's too adorable for her own good. If she keeps being this considerate, I really might end up falling for her. Several hours pass, which I spend in various lectures and seminars. Eventually, my last lecture of the day wraps up, and I head off to the library to reconvene with my alien wannabe wife. I'm a bit worried that she might have grown bored, despite her earlier enthusiasm, after being stuck in the library for so long. That seems nice. Wait, he's reading manga, and it looks like it's a Yuri manga too. But as I soon discover, I needn't have worried. Anna is sitting at the same desk in the library where I left her this morning, a book clutched in her hands. She stares at the book wide-eyed, a bright smile on her face. I'm not sure what she's reading exactly, but she looks awfully invested in it. She's so scored into it, I guess. She hasn't even seen me approach. I feel a bit bad about interrupting her, but then I did say she wanted to check out the astronomy club room. Yuri will probably be there already, and I don't want to keep her waiting. Hey, Anna. I clear my throat when announce my presence. Anna peers at me from over the top of her book. That's a convoluted way of phrasing it, but yeah, I'm free now. Were you alright on your own? Oh yeah? I should be on my way to the astronomy club room right now, with Anna in tow, but her enthusiasm has me intrigued. I think it must be catching. I pull up a chair beside her and take a seat, then say, "So what have you been reading? History books? When have you been learning about Earth's geography, rainforests and famous rivers?" Anna smiles coyly, then hands me the book she was poring over. Yeah, what did then? I peer at the book Anna's holding. Can I take a look? Anna hands me a book, hands the book over to me. I scan through it, expecting what I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure what an alien like Anna would care to research, while surrounded by a repository of knowledge. There's any number of things she could be poring over, from photo albums full of beautiful scenery to information about, I don't know, emergence of synthware music in the 80s. But the book Anna was reading seems to be quite different based altogether from my superstition. The book is devoid of images, but it doesn't need them. The small, dense characters pack enough of a punch without them. I thought Anna, being an alien, would be similarly fastened by the cosmos, but her intense interests seem to be of a decidedly more earthly case. Abashed, I slam the book shut, then glow over at Anna. Anna? Anna looks at me askance. It didn't displease me exactly, but it did surprise me. I didn't think you'd be reading stuff like that. Like, I didn't think the library would have stuff like that. By now, passionate cries have attracted a few curious eyes. My fellow students who's busy trying to study lifts their heads to glower at me. Doesn't Anna have any shame? Anna frowns while resting one finger against her lower lip. So it wasn't a manga run, it was more like reading a Yuri light novel. Since at least as I take it, it didn't have any pictures. What were you hoping to research exactly? This book might not include any elves or fairies, but it's even more fantastical than any heroic quest set in another world. Anna's expression falls, but only for a few moments. It takes less than a second for her cheery demeanor to return. Anna. I reach out and clap her hand across Anna's mouth before she can spew even more embarrassing sentences. Cut that out. There's a time and place. My body tense. I can sense an imposing presence looming behind my shoulder, even more ominous than an earthquake warning. Slowly I turn my head to be confronted by the no-nonsense librarian. She glowers at me behind the lens of her glasses, both hands planted on her hips, and says coldly, Librarian's figured tone offers no room for argument. I can only cover my face flustered. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I murmur apologies while getting to my feet. Take Anna's hand in my own and drag her bodily form from the library, smoldering from the shame. I want to get out of here as soon as possible, away from the ill-tempered librarian and the scattering gazes of my fellow students. How much of that did they hear anyway? I hope they weren't privy to Anna's dramatic reading. Now that would really be embarrassing. The way things are, I'm starting to worry if I ever be able to go back to this library again. Anna for her part seems blissfully unaware of how awkward things are. She's actually humming to herself, all smiles. I wish I could be as carefree as she is. Okay, but I think that will be it for this video, so hope you liked it, and if you did, so leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next round. Bye!